Hi, this is part 10 of Ian's Truth Be Told, True Crimes. This is questions to the head coroner, Mr. Phillip Spinney. In January 2020, I found documents at my father's house whilst I was looking after the house whilst he was on holiday. The document that I found was a coroner's witness statement written and signed by my father. On that document, it had the wrong dates. Said that Mum had gone into hospital on the 14th of May, had an operation on the 15th of May, and died on the 28th of May. Now, I knew that those dates were incorrect because I was there on the day that she went into the hospital, and that date was the 21st of May. I was told by my father she was having an operation on the 22nd of May, my birthday. I wasn't told what the operation was for at the time. I saw her on the day she went in, the day that apparently she'd had the operation, and she looked awful. She didn't have any tubes coming out of her or anything, but she looked awful. On the 23rd, she looked awful. And then on the 24th, I went in after having a call from my father at 3:30 to go in and say my goodbyes to my dead mum, and she was definitely dead. Now, the coroner's witness statement that I found in my father's house, when I found it and I knew that the dates were incorrect, I took it to see my brother, Michael Parrish, and I said, I found this document and it's got the wrong dates on it. Can't understand it. And he said, in a very panicked way, he said, I only wrote the records. I did nothing else wrong. I only wrote the records. Which I found very strange. So at that point, I then tried to order all the hospital records. Now, I tried to order them through the hospital and they wouldn't let me have the hospital records at all. So I hired a solicitor, Every's solicitor of Exeter, and I ordered all the hospital records through them. I ordered them in February, March of 2020, and in June onwards of 2020, the records came through. When the records came through, I recognised the handwriting in the records to be my family's, my brother, Michael, my sister-in-law, Sally, and my father, Alan Parrish's handwriting. Within the GP records, there is this letter. I think this is page 87. It says there, page 87. And on page 87, it says that the letter was sent from the coroner's office on the 28th of May 2018 to Sid Valley Practice, Beacon Medical Centre, and it's from Lindsey Ainsworth, Devon and Cornwall Constabulary. You can see it's got Devon and Cornwall Constabulary there. Now on it, it states that my mother died on the 23rd of May 2018, the night before or the day before I saw her dead. I saw her on the 23rd, and in the afternoon of the 23rd she was alive. Now, the coroner's assistant, Lindsey Ainsworth, coroner's office, she also identified my mother on the 24th of May 2018, along with a Dr Al Muctar. See, Dr Al Muctar. And again, on this it's got Devon and Cornwall Constabulary. Now, on this document, this is a TEP escalation form, and it's signed by Dr Al Muctar on the 24th of May 2018, the day I saw and said goodbye to my dead mum. Now, on the 24th, I had a phone call from my father to say, go and say your goodbyes to your mum. And I drove from Sidmouth to Exeter, and when I got there, they said, you missed your mum. They showed me to a side room, and I went in, and my mum was dead, and I sat with my mum for about half an hour or so, and I said my goodbyes to my dead mum. I was absolutely distraught. And when I came out, my friend, who was a site manager, Jo, she stopped me and tried to speak to me in the hospital, and I was just so upset that I made my excuses, and after about 5 or 10 minutes I left. And when I got back, she sent me a message on Facebook Messenger to say how sorry she was to see me so upset in the hospital. 6:47 p.m. on the 24th of May 2018, the day that I saw and said goodbye to my dead mum. The same day that the coroner's assistant Lindsey Ainsworth filled in that mortuary witness statement, and the day after Lindsey Ainsworth had seen my mum in the hospital, or the night before, so 23rd, and the same day that the Dr Al Muctar had identified my mum, who's on the mortuary witness statement, 24th of May. Now, the coroner's witness statement that's written and signed by my father is signed to the directions of the same lady, Lindsey Ainsworth. There we go. Now, when I was looking after the house, my father's house, in 2020, I found this document, and this is written and signed by Lindsey Ainsworth, the coroner's assistant, you see, of Devon and Cornwall Constabulary, and it says about amending the coroner's witness statement to her instructions. If there's anything you want to take out, put a line through it and initial it. And if there's anything that you want to put in, then write what you want to put in and put an asterisk where you want to put it and put it in, and then sign it next to the X's. Okay. So to her instructions, my father amended the coroner's witness statement. Okay, let's zoom right out, whether you can see that or not, but that's what it says. And if you want to, if anyone wants to have a look at it closer, then you can actually have a look at it on Part 8, I think it is. Mum died on the 24th, and the coroner's assistant said that she died on the 23rd and the 24th. So did the doctor who identified her. Mum's medical patients summary, Mum's medical records were sent to Wanford House Hospital on the 24th. Because Mum had died on the 24th. The head coroner, I don't know why he did this, but he then put through that Mum died on the 28th of May 2018. The coroner's assistant, Lindsey Ainsworth, in the opening statement on the 31st of May 2018, the same date that she sent that letter amending the coroner's witness statement, she did the coroner's inquest, or the coroner's, what was it? The opening statement of the coroner's opening statement anyway for the inquest on the 31st of May 2018, that my mum died on the 28th of May, 4 days later. The patient's summary was sent on the 24th. She was identified on the 24th by Lindsey Ainsworth, whose name is there as well. So Lindsey Ainsworth, why did you, the head coroner, Phillip Spinney, why did you get your coroner's assistant, who'd already identified my mum on the 23rd and the 24th, to then change it to the 28th in the opening statement of the coroner's report to yourself, Mr. Phillip Spinney? Now, I've put all these parts 1 to 10, which is where we are now, onto my channel, Ian's Truth Be Told True Crimes, because I know the date that my mum died because I was there, and I know the date that she didn't die, which wasn't the 28th, and we have been through this many a time, and I have written to you a lot. Now, I said in 2023 when I wrote to you that the handwriting in the hospital records was my family's, and you said that that was a very serious allegation, and that I'd have to go through the proper authorities. Now, I've tried. When you write to I've written to the police, Devon and Cornwall Constabulary, and to Dorset Constabulary, and they said that when a coroner makes his conclusion, that's final, and we won't go against his conclusion. But you put through that my mum's, on the death certificate, that my mum died on the 28th of May, when your assistant said she died on the 24th of May and the 23rd of May. Now, Mum's doctor, she said that she... Hang on a minute, let me just get this right. I made complaints to the hospital. I've made complaints to the police, made complaints to the GP practice, and it's all very strange what's been put through. So you said that I'd go through the proper authorities. Now, the hospital, I only wrote 2 letters of complaint to them. I tried to write more, but they would only accept the first 2, and from then on they would not take any notice of anything that I said. Now, in the 2 letters of complaint, one of them, in answer down the bottom there where the crosses are, I said that about Dr Al Muctar, who identified my mum. He was a junior, they put that he was a junior doctor at the time, and I googled it and it said that you had to be a senior doctor to be able to identify someone. I also wrote and asked about the altered dates in the hospital records, medical records, and apparently Melanie Walker, or Miss Walker here, she did a full investigation and she couldn't find, it says there, in regards to your concerns that there have been altered dates, we could not find any altered dates. Within the records there are tons. There's 21 plus altered dates. I think it's on part 3 or part 4. Part 4. There's 6 x-rays on 2 different days that have got mum's date of birth correct and her age wrong. She was 85 when she died. The x-rays say that she was 83. She was 83 when she was tested for dementia in 2016. There's a letter here. This one's been altered, and it says that mum declined memory clinic in 2014 and that she'd had dementia since 2007, which is totally untrue. This document here, which looks like it's written by my family, I've said about this before to you, looks like it's written by my family. This letter that's signed or has the names Julie Dent at the bottom and Melanie Walker, Julie Dent being the head chair and Melanie Walker being the chief executive. That letter validates that handwritten record written by my family, and the doctor who wrote to you, mum's doctor wrote to you, this contradicts that other letter, because it says on it that her husband and myself first noted memory impairment in 2016. However, at this point she refused memory clinic, and in that one it says she refused memory clinic in 2014. Now that's to your inquest, Mr. Phillip Spinney, the head coroner. Now, in 2021, these three ladies turned up for an anniversary party with my brother and sister-in-law. My sister-in-law is that lady there in the white top and the black trousers. She's hugging a lady called Claire. Now, I put the pictures onto Facebook in 2021 to ask the question, who are these 3 ladies? They turned up in a car, APS for NHS, AP5 for NHS, on the 24th of June 2021. Now, the records were last typed on the 24th of June 2020. There you go, at the top of page 32. Susan Hailstone typed the records on the 24th of June 2020. It's on every single page, including that letter that has been sent to the GP practice from from Lindsey Ainsworth. Susan Hailstone, that's that lady there, and she's the lady in pink there. Oh, hang on, it's not in the picture. She's the lady in pink there. Now, that's her there. That's Susan Hailstone. She turned up a year to the day from when the GP records were last typed. There's in this car, apps for NHS. There's 2 other ladies. This one's Claire. I've been told she's called Claire, and I had phone calls from Brixham Marina. They said that she's called Claire and that you would know her, Mr. Spinney. They also say that this is Julie Dent. Julie Dent's the lady on the bottom of that letter that's contradicted by the doctor's letter. Julie Dent is the head chair of the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital. My questions to you, Mr. Phillip Spinney, is why did you put the date and contradict your own assistant? Why did you put the date through incorrectly? The reason that I'm not allowed to report it to the police is because you put the date through incorrect. I've got emails from the police, from Devon and Cornwall and Dorset Police, that they won't investigate any further things to do with my mum's death because of the fact that you put the date through wrong. But you went against your own assistant. My question to you is, why did you go against your own assistant? Why did you get your own assistant to write my father a letter to alter the coroner's witness statement? Why has it all got Devon and Cornwall constabulary all over it as well? Did you know my family beforehand for some reason? Is that why you've got your assistant to get my father to amend that coroner's witness statement? None of this makes any sense, and I'm not allowed to report any of it. And you put through the wrong date of death. And that's what I want to know. I want to know why you put through the wrong date of death on the death certificate. The reason that I'm not allowed to report anything to the police is because you got it wrong, the date that my mum died, and you went against your own assistant, who has something to do with Devon and Cornwall Constabulary. So my question to Mr. Phillip Spinney, the head coroner, is why did you put through my mum's date of death incorrectly? Why didn't you pick up on the 6 x-rays that have got mum's date of birth right and her age wrong? Why didn't you pick up on the 21 plus altered dates that are on the same days as the x-rays? Why didn't you pick up on the fact that there's a whole load of radiology notes that have got mum's postcode wrong for the year, but they're only the ones that are in the records that were typed by the hospital on the 8th of the 7th, 8th of July 2020. They're all the ones that they're all the ones that validate the records from 2018. The records that have actually been copied from the time when mum was in hospital in 2007, they contradict the records that have been put through. There are 222 pages of records in the 2018 hospital records. Why did you not pick up on any of the mistakes, anomalies? Why did you not pick up on any of it? And why did you go against your own assistant and say that my mum died on the 28th of May 2018 when she died on the 23rd of May and was identified by your assistant, who's also to do with Devon and Cornwall Constabulary? My question to you is that. Why did you go against your own assistant, and why did you put the date that my mum died through incorrectly? And these 3 ladies that had an anniversary party with my brother and sister-in-law, the people who said that they wrote the records, why won't the police investigate? Because they should. And it's your fault, Mr. Phillip Spinney, head coroner of the coroner's office. Why won't you put it down wrong? I've been saying this for 4 years. This is the 5th year. I will continue to carry on with this, but at the minute I've put it on as a new channel, Ian's Truth Be Told, True Crimes. It's on YouTube, and it's only had a few views on there, but it's on other platforms as well, media platforms, where it's had a huge amount. On one of them, it's had 11,000 views in a month, which is incredible, I think. So why have you put the dates down wrong, Mr. Phillip Spinney, head coroner? And why have you gone against your assistant? And, why are all these people involved? Because clearly they are. Otherwise, why would they be having an anniversary a year to the day from when the records were written? I actually sent you pictures, these same pictures, to you. I think it was in 2022 or 2023, but at the time I didn't know who the people were. And you sent a letter back or an email back to me saying that I needed to get legal advice, which is, again, a very strange thing to say. I'm just putting it out here. I'd like to know, you know, what their involvement is. I'd like to know why you put my mum's date of death through incorrectly. Questions to the head coroner, part 10. Ian's Truth Be Told, True Crimes.